So it's 1 o'clock. A very warm welcome to our Eurocorr webinar, 23rd of July. Glad to see that not everybody is on holiday. So good afternoon, good evening. I see people are joining from the Far East. And today I would like to give you some more information, current information about the Eurocorr, especially about the plenary lectures. And therefore I welcome my colleague, Balint Medjes from the Hungarian Society, who will give you more information, and also my co-worker, Bianca Scherf, who is taking care of your demands in the back office. So this is the program for today. So the concept will be introduced of the virtual Eurocorr for those who have not the chance to see it last time or on the internet, on the Eurocorr YouTube channel. By the way, this webinar will also be recorded, and you find it on the YouTube channel of the Eurocorr. I have to announce a new deadline for posters, so all things will be relaxed. I come to this in a minute. Then Balint will share some information about the plenary speakers at Eurocorr. And I will give some information about the registration, especially payment links and the next steps, how we proceed. Concerning the registration, we got some requests that you did not, or some did not receive the payment link. Don't worry, this will be done during the next week. So you will receive, of course, early bird registration, so no worries about this. But very important is that we have a new deadline for the posters. You see, and normally end of July was the deadline. And we have experienced last time that we had this strict deadline end of July. And we got updates during the weeks before the last Eurocorr. And so we decided really to postpone this until the 10th of September. So there's enough time to prepare your poster properly. And we will manage it to have this really done, also then ready for the Eurocorr. So the deadline is now the 10th of September. The technical details and the form will be also presented on the internet. So there is no worries about this. So having said that, I think it's now time for having some more information on the plenary. So I hand over to Balint and would like to invite you to share your screen, and we get some more information here.
Yes, thank you very much. Can you hear me, please? It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. So, greetings, dear ladies and gentlemen. As it was already mentioned, my name is Balint Medjes, and I am going to present you some information related to the plenary lectures. I'm sitting now here on behalf of the local organizing committee from Eurocorr, namely the Hungarian Corrosion Society. I'm acting as a general secretary executive. Thank you very much for the opportunity to sharing you these plenary lectures. And now I would like to start my presentation. I hope you should see it. Now the first slide. Okay, so among the scientific week, we will have at least 5 plenary lectures. All plenary speakers confirmed their talk, and if you missed in somehow or in some cases any lectures, don't be afraid. Every lectures as this one will be recorded, and later on, if you have time or mood, you can check it. So let's start with a small Europe trip. Let's say this is a virtual trip inside Europe, and if you are ready, please fasten your virtual seatbelt. Our first destination will be France. Because in this case, in this year, the corrosion medal holder, the winner, is Professor Dominique Thierry from France. And actually, Professor, if you are here, I would like to also congratulate from in the name of the local organizing committee. And just a few sentences. which I have prepared. I would like to read you, but not so long. Don't worry. So Professor Dominic Terry has published over 200 papers in scientific journals with peer review and several chapters in books in the area of corrosion science. He has given over 50 invited lectures at international conferences. He was the chairman of the EFC Working Party on Microbial Corrosion, chairman of several European networks on microbial corrosion, Swedish National Secretary of the International Electrochemical Society. He has been coordinating about 20 European-founded projects and participating in more than 10 others. He is actually chairman of NACE, and he is also vice president of Cefracore. Briefly, this is the scientific story of Professor, and we are very glad that he has accepted our invitation. The title of his presentation is Application of Advanced Electrochemical and Spectroscopical Techniques Related to Atmospheric Corrosion. We are very interested in about this talk. This talk will be about 40 minutes. On Monday, as you can see, this is the first day. On the second day, our next plenary lecture is called Professor Rajan Ambat. Actually, some words also, I would like to provide some words about Rajan. Rajan Ambat is currently a professor of corrosion and surface engineering at the Division of Materials and Surface Engineering, Department of Mechanical Engineering at the DTU, that's the Technical University of Denmark. Presently, he is a chairman for a working party on corrosion reliability of electronics devices under the EFC. Under the EFC, he is a board member in the IMF. Also, he is a member in the IMF Nordic Europe. Professor Ambat has served on editorial boards and currently part of the editorial board of Corrosion Engineering Science and Technology. He is the recipient of Force Technology Materials Award in Denmark. He held visiting professorship at University of Lille in France, visiting professor in India, and presently he is also a honorary professor in Amity University, also in India. He has published more than 300 scientific papers, including book chapters and patients. As I have mentioned, he is dealing with electronics reliability, namely corrosion failures, and that's why the title is Humidity-Induced Failures and Corrosion Reliability Problems in the Electronics. Let's go now to Sweden. Dr. Jan-Olof Nilsson will be the next plenary lecture. That will be on Wednesday, as you can see, the 22nd of September. Dr. Jan-Olof Nilsson has currently a position as a senior specialist in surface treatment and corrosion at Hydro Extruded Solution, Innovation and Technology in Sweden. This is the main research laboratory for Hydro, and formally it is known as SAPA. Hydro Solution is now part fully of an integrated aluminium company with 35,000 employees in 40 different countries all around the world. Jan-Olof has worked in Hydro for 24 years, whereof 22 years as a manager for the core development area surface treatment and corrosion. In this position, he has had a responsibility for the laboratory work regarding surface treatment, corrosion, and customer supports in all kinds of surface-related problems. He is going to have a presentation with the title Trace Elements Influence of Surface Treatment and Corrosion Properties in Recycled Different Aluminum Alloys. On Thursday, we will have we will have a young presenter. Special thanks to the young EFC. Young EFC has proposed Dr. Marina Tariba to be a plenary speaker, and she has got accepted our invitation. Thank you very much, Marina. I would like to also share some words about Marina's activity. So Dr. Marina Tariba studied at Belarusian State University at Minsk and later obtained her PhD degree from Institut Superior Técnico University of Lisbon. Presently, she is a postdoctoral researcher in the group of Professor Fatima Montemor at the Center of Química Estrutural, Lisbon, Portugal. Her research area or interest is centered around the localized measurements, electrochemical and others, applicable to different scientific fields of study, namely corrosion, biomaterials, fundamental research, and since recently she is also caring about energy storage opportunities. The presentation, the title of her presentation is Microscale Corrosion Studies, Different Studies, highlighted with great power comes great responsibility. It looks like very interesting. I'm really looking for what kind of content will you share. Thank you very much once again that you have accepted our invitation. At Friday, the last scientific day, Eurocorr, we will have a Kurt Schwabe lecture. This award is not nominated in every year, but every 2 years. In this year, the winner is Dr. Richard James Parker. He is also a young scientist and a very motivated and talented young scientist. He is currently an associate professor in corrosion science and engineering at the University of Leeds, UK. Richard attained his PhD from the University of Leeds in 2013, receiving the award of Research Excellence based on the significant industrial impact generated from his research. Richard's specific research interests lie in the areas of electrochemistry, corrosion science, and corrosion engineering, particularly in context of SS integrity and energy and low carbon technology sectors. Richard has authored over 70 peer-reviewed journal papers in the last 6 years, with nearly half having industrial co-authors. So, Richard, congratulations for your award, and we are also really looking for your presentation, which has a title, Engineered Corrosion Products. Is the next generation of corrosion control in the energy sector? Maybe we are looking for the answers to these questions. Thank you very much. And lastly, but not least, we have a special lecture. This is a memorial presentation. I think many of you know Professor Erika Kálmán. Actually, from Hunkor's point of view, so the Hungarian Corrosion Society is very proud and grateful for the activity, for the scientific and personal activity of Erika Kálmán. And therefore, we have prepared a short presentation. We will also playing some video and sharing with nice, lovely stories regarding Erika's scientific and personal activities. And what is the connection between these memorial presentation and the presentation before that, namely the Kurt Schwabe lecture? Erika was one of the co-founder actually in case of the Kurt Schwabe Prize, and she was also one of the co-founder of Hunkorr, so the Hungarian Corrosion Society. So we are really proud for Erika. And that will be the Friday's last plenary presentation. And in this point, I would like to thank you very much for your kind attention, and we are really looking for your participations in the near future. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Balint. By the way, Kotraba was also the PhD advisor of Erika, so
Yeah, sure.
there's a very close connection there.
Yeah, she was a student of Kurt Schwaber.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Balint. I think there's a very interesting program, plenary program at the Eurocorr. The Eurocorr is the place to be, like always, for corrosionists. And for your information, the scientific program for the technical sessions will be published 8 weeks before the Congress, like usual. So you find it on the internet. And we will present this in detail at our next webinar meeting. So I would like to share my screen again and give you some more information about the Eurocorr. And in case you missed it last time, so that you get some glue on what is expected. This is what can be expected. You see here the entrance thing. It's like it was last year, and also it will be very similar in the lobby. We will, I think, we will improve the communication tools here, that you have more possibilities to come directly in contact with the participants. So there will be some nice developments here. This is already the thing you know. This is just the sign where you find the lectures to the related and the posters related to the different topics. And this is the exhibition. By the way, the exhibition looks fine in the moment. We have more exhibitors than last year, so things are working out in the digital world. And this is what is really special at Eurocorr, and that you really rarely don't find at any conferences, that we have poster booth here. This has worked out well in the past, that you can present your poster here in a way which is really extraordinary. You can present your poster. You have you can zoom it. You can put here additional material. You can chat with the people. So this is really something which worked well last time, and this will also be offered here, of course. Yeah, this is just a schedule. You have the morning sessions, 2 hours, afternoon sessions, 2 hours, and many opportunities for the virtual networking. This is the program grid. As I mentioned, we are just finalizing the final program together as the working party chairman and the topic chairman, and then it will be published 8 weeks before the Congress. So what is included in the registration fee? Just also repetition that you have access to everything, the technical sessions, the presentations, the networking events. And what is important is that, as Balint already mentioned, that we record the presentations, if you got the permission of the author, of course, and then this will be accessible for you 60 days after the Congress. And if you miss a session or a lecture because of parallel things, or you have something else to do, then it's no worries. Then you can see it on the internet afterwards. Yeah, this is important that we keep these things for the presenters. There will be a guy from the organizing committee, a company who will take care of the technical things, of course. And we have to stick to a strict time limit. But this will be repeated in our webinar just 3 or 4 days before the Eurocorr, where you get the latest information. Yeah, this is just an outlook. We're on the second webinar of the series. On the 27th, as I mentioned, there will be the technical program introduced in detail, that what you can expect here. It will be published, of course, on the internet earlier, as I mentioned, 8 weeks before the Congress. And the 10th of September is just 10 days before the Congress, and then the final things will be introduced, and things will be managed, and questions can be asked. So, and having said this, I would like to invite you, if you have any questions, to put them in the chat, and and we try to answer them and get some feedback. If you have not direct feedback, you can also send emails to us, of course, to the Eurocorr address on the internet, and then our back office with Bianca Scherf will take care of this. Good. There is one question in the chat. Think the oral presentation, would it be pre-recorded? Yeah, it's a good question. Normally, I would prefer if the presenters would have their conference, have their lecture live. But if you have any worries because of your broadcast or your line is not strong enough, you can send us a recorded file and we'll display it. Yeah, good question. When we will receive the link for registration, this will be done as soon as possible. I guess it will be next week, so that everything is fixed there. But no worries. You have enough time to pay the things, so there are no worries that there any deadline is there. Our email. Okay, good. Will the papers be published in a high impact journal as a special issue? Thanks. Not the whole. It's not foreseen that the whole conference papers proceedings will be published in a journal, but there are up to the working party or topic chairman. There are some possibilities or some projects are ongoing to publish special sessions in special journals. So. But it is not foreseen to have the whole thing published in a journal. Yeah. Are there more questions? As I mentioned, the thing is recorded. You find it on the Eurocorr YouTube channel. And next time when we meet here, you will see we can discuss, or we will introduce the technical program, which you find on the internet 8 weeks before the Congress. Okay, so then thank you very much for your attention, for the participation here. And I hope you have a nice holiday, or you will have a nice holiday. Take care, stay healthy. Numbers are going up, so be careful. And see you, I hope, at the end of August. So, bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you.